how am I supposed to review a 12-pound pillow? Who makes a 12-pound pillow? Why is this thing so heavy? Oh, hello and good morning everyone. I'm Remy and today we're going to be talking about the purple pillow. This chonky boy weighs 12 pounds. That is insanely heavy. It weighs more than a newborn baby. It weighs more than 98 bars of Snickers. If you took this thing into a pillow fight, you will literally end up murdering someone, and that's a fact. When I think of pillows, the first thing that comes to mind is soft, squishy, huggable, rectangular boys. This pillow, however, doesn't have any sort of fluff in it. It's instead made out of this dense, rubbery material that's laid out in a triangular pattern across the pillow's insides, which is definitely a change of pace for me. But now, you might think to yourself, there's no way a pillow that meaty can be that comfortable. But the scientists at Purple assure you that it is the comfiest thing that your head can experience. So, let's see just how true that is. Let's start by checking out this pillow's stats. The Purple is 2 feet wide, 16 inches tall, and it has a depth of 3 inches. It weighs approximately 11.7 pounds, and it's made out of Purple's patented hyper-elastic polymer purple grid technology. How fancy. It claims that it is soft and supportive, cool and breathable, and ultra durable. And lastly, it comes with 2 adjustable pillow inserts for added flexibility. Now, you might be asking yourself, Remy, how in the world can this brick of a pillow be in any way, shape, or form comfortable? Well, let's take a look into that with the Purple scientists. In their original Kickstarter ad, they go over all the amazing features of this pillow, including a tutorial on how to head pat the little guy. They say that they use the magic of science in order to create a pillow that addresses all of the problems that the previous generation of pillows had. Looking through these examples, some of them make sense if you're using a pillow with a lot of loose stuffing. Like this half-pipe example. I know I've definitely had this one happen before. Although this untamable bulge one seems like a pretty easy fix. All you gotta do is take out some of the stuffing inside of the pillow to make it less bulgy. Next up we have the wedge, which is kind of a stretch. I can't really say I've ever had this one happen to me before. And lastly, we have the curvy girl, which I don't believe that's how a memory foam pillow is supposed to work. I mean, isn't the head supposed to go in the head-shaped area in the middle? Here, I know, I'll fix it. And fixed. But that's enough of science for now. Let's actually get into reviewing this bad boy. Its claim about being cool is 100% spot on. In fact, it's the coolest pillow I've ever used. It's even cooler than the Purple Harmony's cooling features. The holes in this thing are really wide, which allows a ton of air to pass through, preventing your head from overheating. Their last claim of the pillow being super durable is also true. This material is some seriously dense stuff. I'm not sure how I could even go about breaking it. Though I haven't really had that problem with any other pillow before, so I can't exactly give too many points for this one. Now, that's pretty neat, but what about its claims about being soft and supportive? Well, that's absolutely true as well. The material is extremely dense and heavy, but when you rest your head down on it, it does a surprisingly good job of keeping it afloat in the same position. It also beats out the Harmony when it comes to keeping your head nice and still in one place, thanks to its flat surface. My last pro for this pillow is that it makes a nice place to put your feet when you're trying to sleep. It's kind of insane how wide this thing is, which makes it a pretty perfect place if you like having your feet a little elevated while you snooze. And now on to the cons. For starters, while it's cheaper than the Harmony pillow, it's still $109. That's a lot of money for a pillow. That is literally 109 Snickers bars that you could have bought instead of this pillow. Which, I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot of Snickers bars. On top of that, this thing is just way too big. It's larger than my entire torso. When I lay down on it, my head takes up a tiny amount of space on it, which just feels weird and awkward. Honestly, my best recommendation is to buy the kids version. The kids version size is much closer to what I'd expect from a normal pillow, and it's also $40 cheaper, and most importantly, it has color options. Next up, we have the height inserts. These things work kind of okay-ish. When I'm sleeping on my back, no height insert works best by far. But when I'm sleeping on my side, one insert works best. But because of that, I found myself constantly swapping out the inserts, causing one position to always suffer unless I swap it out. So, because of that, you need to commit to one sleeping position at night. And since I'm a wiggly sleeper who can't commit to anything, I found this super annoying. Also, I almost always put my arm underneath my pillow whenever I sleep on my side to better control the amount of fluff in my face. And unfortunately, with this pillow's floppy feel, I wasn't really able to do that without it feeling very awkward and uncomfortable, which made side sleeping even more annoying. Well, that's the pros and cons, but what does this mean to you? Well, it kinda depends on what kind of sleeper you are. If you just exclusively sleep on your back, then I think this pillow would be a great option for you. It's like resting your head on the back of some firm gelatinous material that helps keep your head afloat. For side sleepers, I think this would be an alright option. However, at this price point, I could definitely recommend some other pillows that would give you a much more comfortable experience. If you're a stomach sleeper, I can't really recommend this pillow in any way, shape, or form. It feels extremely awkward and uncomfortable. And on top of that, your face ends up being marked with that purple grid hex pattern I mentioned as well. If you're a combination of the three, I wouldn't really recommend this pillow. It doesn't feel very versatile, and the constant need to switch around with the booster pads ends up getting very tedious very fast. Overall, I'd give this pillow 6 out of 10 head pats. The pillow kind of falls short in a lot of departments, unfortunately. It's expensive, really big and clunky, and a massive pain to deal with when trying to switch sleep positions in the middle of the night. It'd be a fantastic pillow pick if I only ever slept on my back. However, I don't. Also, I really like the warm and fluffy feeling I get from my normal pillows. The feeling of a cold jelly brick being pressed to my face isn't exactly a very comfortable experience. However, it makes for a fantastic squishy footrest when sleeping. Even when I roll around at night, my feet have no problem finding it thanks to how wide this fella is. So, if I had to give it a rating based on how good of a footrest it is, I'd definitely give this boy a solid 10 out of 10 head pats. If you found this pillow intriguing at all, I definitely recommend trying out the kids version. It's smaller, less expensive, and it has color options. And in the end, this is an odd duck of a pillow. It will be very hit or miss depending on how you like your pillowy experience. But that's it for now. Thanks for stopping by. If you like my ramblings, please hit those like and subscribe buttons for more. But until then, good night everyone.